freshman year, I came in the beach. I was a hooper, so I always came to school. And then sophomore, I kind of stopped liking basketball as much and started just getting into other things. Not bad things though, but just wonder. And then my junior year is when I really just stopped really going to class as much. I was always coming to school, but I would just not come to class. Man, I couldn't really think. I felt like I didn't really have to be here. Like I had bigger problems besides school. And then my senior year, which is right now, is when I started realizing that it could be too late, and I just wanted to turn it around.
I'm gonna be the first generation or first person in my family who's gonna go to college. I'm trying right now like really hard to focus on that goal. I wanna do pre-med. After that, just go on to med school and be a physician. First semester was terrible, so that is nothing compared to next year. I'm not gonna do that. And then this semester is getting better, but for next year, I'll improve.
My first high school, I grew up with the people, so it was easy for us, to skip school and just to hang out. And then when I went to Renton, that's when I just started skipping. And then I switched to alternative school. I got in an altercation with this female over he said, she said, and I came here.
I go to Rainier Beach. I'm a 10th grader. I am a sophomore because your education is going to help you to be successful. And so that's just kind of encouraged me to just keep it up and not give up.
My name is Abdir Rashid. I'm from Somalia. We came here for a better life, like for jobs and stuff like that. And it just didn't happen the way we planned it to. So we had to transfer into basically low-income housing. My mom always thought I was going to school, but every time she's getting a call, she's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, I went late, but they counted me absent." So she would assume, and the language barrier, she didn't really, since she spoke Somali, and it's really hard for her to understand. If she knew I was skipping and going to the library, she would have met with the principal.
How was your day?
I don't know, okay.
Do you have homework?
No.
No?
I didn't really feel like coming back, so I used to staying at home, and I didn't want to wake up early. It's kind of boring at home, just doing the same things, and then my friends missed me, so I started coming more for my friends to hang out with them.
And then we moved out into transitional housing. Things started getting better. I started going to school and actually doing my work. The little credit that I've achieved since then is from that time that I was actually like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I said, nobody's gonna hold me down.
I just straighten up really fast. It's just, sometimes you just gotta straighten up then and there and just stop it. And just think about what you wanna do. Because nowadays you can't just do anything without a high school diploma.
I've gotten help from counselors, from teachers, and my parents encouraging me. With all those things and all the things that I've experienced here, it kind of taught me to be strong in a way.
I feel like I could change, but I just feel like I had too much anger in me to change. Until then, I just looked at reality in the real life, and it's like, that's not gonna get you nowhere. So it's kind of like another opportunity opened up the door for me to get back at it again. I like going to school. Classes not as bad as I imagined it to be. It's actually pretty easy. They always knew I had it in me, but for a minute they probably felt like I was giving up on myself. But once I started showing them that, like, yeah, I want to do it, then they started working with me.
Support is everywhere. You can just go to any teacher and every teacher would want you to pass and graduate. I don't think there's a single teacher who's not going to want you to do that.
The first thing Ms. Jackson said to me was, "You can do it." Even after looking at all my credits, she's like, "You can do it this year," because somebody in the past has done it too. Knowing somebody else did it and got so many credits done, I was like, I'm gonna do it.
I went to my first period, and since I was late a lot, I had to ask him to give me the work so I can work on it during Proyecto or after school. It's going really well because now I have an A in that class. I'm late still, but he lets me make up all the work. Sometimes doing the same assignment or making a new assignment that'll just teach me the lesson that was supposed to be learned that day. I'm putting more effort into every class I have, taking notes and everything I can, try to get the best grade possible. If there's extra credit, I do it too, so just trying to get ahead.
And I had to go to class every day, do all my work, all my missing work, make sure I was studying for the quizzes to get a good grade, and just getting on the teacher's good side.
Your life will be as you make it. So if you try to make the best for you, that is what you will have one day. And even though you don't have it now, in life, hope is something you should never lose.
Get your high school done, and once it's over, you don't have to do it. So just try to get it done, do your best, and get it done and over with, and then there you go.
Having not finishing high school is like options are really low. After finishing high school, you open some doors, then if you go into college, it'll open more.
Everybody makes mistakes and everybody goes through hard times, even in your toughest situations, to never give up because there's a brighter pathway ahead of you. And I know that many students don't believe that, but that's when you gotta really open up your eyes and see the greater things in life, because then you're just looking into the dark. Success lies ahead. You just gotta realize that.
Arvell Jones.
My son graduated. I feel good. I'm very proud of him.
He did it.
Abdi Yusuf.
Today was my graduation. It's a proud thing for a family to have somebody graduate. I felt like I couldn't do it at first, and proving other people wrong was the reason why I wanted to do it. Because I was so lazy and not doing so much work all this time, people just assumed I was stupid, I couldn't do anything.
If you really want to finish high school as fast, you just have to be motivated. I'm going to start community college in fall.
Johanna Brooks.
Just don't give up. There's so much you can do in life. If you want something, you gotta do something you've never done. I just have a lot of stuff planned already for future.
One of the best days of my life, my youngest daughter has graduated from high school. And I am so excited.